Hi friends, and welcome back to the channel. It has been a little bit since I have done like a dollar day or a 50-cent day. But today is the day I was able to shop at a local honey hole near me that does a 50-50 sale. So what that means is all of their clothing items, except for like some specialty categories, are 50 cents each, and everything else in the store is 50% off. So you know that I grabbed 3 great big bags that I'm going to take you through today. If you are new to the channel, my name is Maria and I am a part-time reseller on eBay and Poshmark. So I love to go thrifting, find things for my family, and find things to flip online for a profit on eBay and on Poshmark. And obviously one thing that is very important to my business strategy is cost of goods. I am often shopping in Goodwill retail stores where cost of goods are a little bit higher. So anytime I can find somewhere to lower my cost of goods down to 50 cents, which is an absolute amazing number, you know I'm going to jump on it. This store is only open a couple days a week, usually in the middle of the day. So I am always at my full-time job. I am not able to stop by very often, but they are open every once in a while on a Saturday morning. So my daughter and I kind of bribe her a little bit. If you watch my channel, you know she really likes smoothies. So her and I went shopping and then we headed over to get smoothies and to go to swim school. This store is also smaller than a lot of thrift stores in my area, which means I can actually like digest it and get through most, if not all, of the entire store. And I have 1, 2, 3 big giant bags today. So we're going to dive right into it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm hoping to keep this video to 1 part. So we're going to try to move quickly and yeah, let's go. Now, as I'm showing you all of these things, I'm just going to dump the entire bag out. Keep in mind that when I'm shopping at Goodwill retail stores or 2nd Avenue or Prime Thrift or all the stores that you see my Thrift with me, I'm obviously looking for something that typically I'm going to list for like $35 or higher. But when I'm shopping at my swap meet hauls, at the bins, at dollar days, at 50-cent days, I am obviously a little bit more willing to drop that down. I'm still looking for the high value, high profit items, of course, aren't we all? But if there's items that I know are going to sell well, have done well for me in the past, I will take it down to maybe ones that I'm willing to list for like $25, $20. I try not to go any lower than that. All right, I'm just going to grab a stack and we're going to move through this haul. First thing I grabbed is perfect for the season. This is Nordstrom, just mainly with Nordstrom, but if you can tell, this is a beautiful linen. It's either a linen, it might be a linen blend, but button down, kind of like slouchy blazer jacket. It's nice and tropical. This is perfect for the weather. I think this is going to do pretty well. I would imagine this will sell between like $30 and $50. And remember, unless I say otherwise, everything I'm going to show you was 50 cents. So to put it in perspective though, this was originally only marked at $4. I would have paid $4 with this. It's an extra large. It feels like it's basically brand new, and I'm probably listing this between like $50 or so. Okay, something I have only found once before, but it sold really well, is this XCVI. I found a white blouse top and it sold really quickly actually. This is a size small. It's a nice teal color. It's really pretty going into spring. So if you have not seen this before, keep an eye out for it. I think they sell pretty well, and we're going to try that item again. Okay, so blazers are in their like formal wear. The linen slouchy one they didn't have marked as their formal wear. This one right here they did have in their formal section. So instead of being 50 cents, it was 50% off. And I did end up paying that. So this was $5. I only paid $2.50. And this is just Ann Taylor, but it is a beautiful blazer. It is a size 8. It is in great condition. And this is main label Ann Taylor. So it's not Loft, it's not a diffusion line. And Ann Taylor, something like this probably still retailed for between $100 and $150. It's perfect for this season. I'll obviously put in all the keywords like spring, Easter, things like that. Yeah, see, this is still like the back where you're supposed to cut this. This is still stitched shut. So this is basically in like new condition, and I'm excited about that. I don't pick up Ann Taylor very often, but I think that should do well. Here's an older Anthropologie tag. This is Angel of the North, size small. They do a lot of like knitwear and sweaters and stuff. So this is just a little black pullover, like a knit blouse. It's got some little fuzzies on it. But it's a nice classic cardigan. These little black cardigans sell all the time for me. I know I said recently that I keep like selling them instead of just keeping one for myself. I'm probably not going to keep this one because it is not it is a cardigan. I don't know. It's not quite as fitted as I would like. So we'll probably sell that one. Here is just a Columbia piece. This is actually a men's size small. Just a really cozy, like lightweight. I like this like speckled knit. It's like a gray, but it's got white speckles on it. I'm actually might offer this to my husband, see if he wants that first, and if not, we'll probably list that around like $25 or $30. This one is funny because I literally just listed a Columbia fishing vest like this a couple days ago, but yes, this is exactly what I just said, Columbia fishing vest. Keep an eye out for fishing gear, especially this time of year, and anytime it has this like vertically, or sometimes it has a horizontal right here, that means it's vented. You want to put that in your listing. This is a men's extra extra large, also lots of pockets, a nice gray color. We are moving into outdoorsy time of year, so it's a great time to start getting stuff like that listed. Okay, this pickup is Airy. This was one that I was like, I'm moving out of the season, but at 50 cents, I didn't want to pass it because it's just a really nice, cozy, oversized sweater. And these like oversized knits have been doing really well for me. I don't think there's anything special to this material. Oh, you know what? I lied. This has wool and alpaca in it. That's probably why I was drawn to it. So we will still get that listed. I will probably wear that with like some leggings and some boots to work first. Calvin Klein professional wear is tried and true for me. This is a great like bins pickup for me. So of course, if I'm getting it at the bins, I'm getting it at 50-cent day. These are a size 8. And are just a nice pair of trousers, great condition. These always sell pretty well for me, usually between like $20 and $25. Oh, Canada, this is a Roots shirt. I don't find Roots that often. I think I've only found it once or twice. So this is just a t-shirt. It's not gonna go as well as, you know, some of their like big knits or sweaters and like some of the Olympic stuff, but I still grabbed it. We will see how that does. I always pick up American Eagle denim when I can find it really cheap because it just keeps selling well for me. These, I think this is the high-rise skinny, super high-rise jegging. I don't know why, but this style just continues to sell on average $20, sometimes down to $15, sometimes up to $25 in all sizes. This is a size 8, and they sell pretty fast for me. I really don't know why, but people apparently like that style. Here is a brand that I have really slowed down picking up at normal prices, but this is a joie. I liked the teal, like Easter spring type color. It's a lightweight knit. Here's the tag. They are selling joie at places like TJ Maxx now, so it's driven on the brand, but it's a size large. It's very, very nice condition. This one is just like polyester, acrylic, and nylon, but for 50 cents. I just need, I think, to be more realistic with what I'm pricing that. I'm not gonna get, you know, $30, $40 like I might have a couple years ago for joie, but I do still think I can get between $20 and $25 for it. Here is a very classic cropped t-shirt. This is Intimately Free People, in great condition. It's a size medium/large. We'll probably list that like between like 20 and 25. Use all like the wardrobe basics type keywords for it. I think I stumbled upon one person's like donation. There was one cart at the very front that they hadn't put away onto all the other racks yet. It wasn't even like marked with their little tags, but they were letting us shop it because everything was going to be 50 cents anyway. And I found this Free People, and I found a whole bunch of other Anthropologie brands. That's where I found the Angel of the North little sweater. Here's an Airy and Alley. It's extra small petite. I will be able to wear it to work first. It's got this little like flutter detail on it. So these are things that I might not have paid up for at the Goodwill, but when I'm getting it for 50 cents, Airy and Alley usually does pretty well for me. This was another one I found, Cloth and Stone. I like selling Cloth and Stone. It's one of the better selling Anthropologie brands for me, but it does typically sell better in the larger sizes, and this is a size extra small. I have been on the lookout though for like a button down t-shirt just for me to wear, so this one I might end up keeping. I still need to try it on. I actually needed to wear a white button down. I had like a cute little sweater vest, and I stole one out of my husband's closet and I made it work, but this one might end up being mine. If not, I have a couple other Cloth and Stone items I think that are the same size, so if I do list it, I might end up just bundling all of those together. All right, here is a potential bolo. I am not quite sure though because I haven't sold it before, but here's a great tip. It was at some point sold for $150. So I don't know if this was a retail store price, if this was a consignment store price. I'm not really sure. I need to do some more research, but when I saw this tag, it looked interesting. So it says Biddy Kai Rand. Bite Kai Rand. Somebody correct me if you've ever sold this brand. But this type of a tag, you guys know, if you've been a reseller long enough, you get to know tags and things that look different, things that look like quality. And this looks like it could do pretty well for me. It says it was designed in Denmark, and it's looks like maybe Danish writing. So I need to do a bit more research on it. I'm not sure what I'm going to list it at, but it is what it sounds like. It is just an essential black kind of stretch, like would be good for workwear, almost like a beta brand type feel. Like it's good for workwear, but it's comfy, would be good for travel. And at 50 cents, I love experimenting with new brands. Speaking of new brands, has anyone ever seen this logo before? Because I had not. I was trying to research this tag right here. It says ISIS, ISIS, and I was trying to find out like what it was, what it's called, and I finally realized it's got this great big tag on it, so I should have just looked at that. It says Duet H2O, and feminine, fun, protective, playful, perfect partner for any kind of weather and all kinds of adventure. It says it keeps you warm and dry by being outside, and it's a little skirt. But it is a wrap skirt, and it is like fleecy inside. But I did see some pretty good comps for this, and obviously if it retailed for $150, it's definitely worth a grab at 50 cents. We're gonna experiment with that one. All right, next I picked up a grunt style t-shirt. These do decently well for me. They're like military, usually themed, tactical themed. They've got their logo and the American flag, and they got something. This one specifically says to remember everyone deployed, so we'll try that. Those usually sell between like 15 and 25 for me. Here was another great find of something I wasn't familiar with, but I recognized a quality tag and I decided to look it up. This is Zachary Prell. It's a size 33 men's. They look to make like upscale basics, like wardrobe basics, almost like a James purse type thing. So that's just a fuzzy right here on the leg, but these are really soft, really comfortable. They're like a bluish grayish, so I'm going to look more into him, but he was definitely worth picking up. I think again I could sell that maybe between like 30 and 50. And okay, so this is just one, but I have a couple more that I'm planning to bundle. This is Lady Hagen, size extra small. This is just a sleeveless golf polo shirt, and I have one or two others, so I'm going to set this aside because I'm thinking about bundling them together, and they would probably sell a little bit quicker that way. I did look through the kids stuff. My daughter was with me. She picked up a little like toy thing that she was really excited about, so I let her get that. It ended up costing like 50% off of 75 cents. So it was like 38 cents or something like that. But she was thrilled, and she picked out a little t-shirt, but she's already got those. So, but I did find some other kid stuff. These are a little pair of baby toddler snow pants. I've mentioned that I really like selling these, and these are REI, so a very reputable brand. They're a size 4T, although I'm in this moment just thinking I should keep them for my son next year and then sell them. You know what? I think that's a better idea. So we will keep these probably for Jackson. He turned 3 2 days ago, and then we'll sell them after that, probably, is what we're gonna do. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. Okay, here's another one that I did pay up for, meaning I paid 50% off. And I think this was originally a consignment item. So they had it at $16. I think I paid 50% off of that. I can't find my receipt right now, which means I would have paid $8. But this is a vintage, genuine leather, double-breasted suede jacket, which I thought it was really beautiful. It's very structured. It's, especially for being vintage suede, it's in really great condition. The lining is in great condition. I have no idea what this brand is. I've never seen it before, but it is a size 16. I'm presuming that means it is women's, right? You wouldn't mark a men's as a size 16. Someone validate that for me. But I'm thinking it's women's. And yeah, I still got to look it up a little bit, see what I can find out about it. Oh no, I'm seeing a button just like flying around. I think this is maybe an interior button though. So for right now, I'm going to stick it in the pocket, and I will come back to it when I do all of my inventory. So I should have said that I, as of today, have not done the inventory on these or photographed or listed them. I am going to try to get through them. I'm not exactly sure when this video is airing. So if there is something specifically you're interested in and you don't see it listed either in eBay or Poshmark, which I have linked in the description down below, please just let me know in the comments and I will make sure to prioritize it and get it listed for you. Okay, shoes they also had at 50% off, obviously. So I picked up these Paul Green. Is that peeling back there? I can't tell. I'm going to have to look at it better, make sure that they are in good condition. But these ended up being $2.25 for a nice pair of little Paul Green. They're a little bit too big for me, or else I thought about, oh no, they're too small. These are 5.5. No, but they're Paul Green 5.5, which is European sizing. So I think this was like an 8.5. Make sure if you're checking Paul Green that you're not going by the size on the shoe, because it is not American sizing. But those are in really nice condition, pair of little leather heels. And then their boots, these were marked for $5, but instead of being $2.50, they actually were also having a boot sale that all boots were $2. I think they were trying to get them out. So these were only $2. These looked interesting to me. They just looked like quality. They're like canvas with like rubber toes, and then they've got this on the bottom. So these are Hodgman, which I looked up and I was like, wow, there's these selling for over like $50. These are a size 12. They are also in really great condition. And yeah, so they say they are steel shank, which also is great. So if I could sell these for over $50, I would be thrilled with that. Moving back into some clothes, we've got more Calvin Klein trousers. These are a size 6. Tried and true. Again, I'll probably list these around like 30 or 35. They'll probably sell between 20 and 25. I have mentioned, I think in a video recently, that I like selling these like base layer pants for like hiking, camping, climbing. I've sold them in like Patagonia, REI, Prana, Cabela's. This is REI. So I grabbed those. They were inside out. They looked a little beat up, but I realized, no, they're not beat up. That's just the inside, and they were really nice on the outside. These are a men's size large. I'll also probably list those around 30. I found all these trousers together. They just got a little bit separated. These are a Talbot's size 10. I have mentioned it before. This Talbot's tag is so old, but it does not scare me away when I'm talking about these wardrobe basics, because I think Talbot's people just know it. They know their size. They love it. It's quality. And these are just a nice pair of tan trousers. Classic straight leg style. They are just a 10. I find a lot of Talbot's petites. So when I find these sizes that aren't petites, I get excited because they tend to sell a little bit faster. Okay, look how fun this one is. Ah, how cute. I know it is currently March, but that is okay. Galaxy's greetings. Merry Force be with you. This is obviously Star Wars. It's not going to sell for a ton, but it's super cute. People love their Christmas sweaters. People love Star Wars. Maybe we'll have like a Christmas in July party goer that needs to buy this. All right, this was just kind of a really pretty favorite, and this is a vintage like paisley maxi skirt. It's really soft. I like pairing this with like an oversized chunky sweater and some maybe like knee-high or ankle boots. Like, I think this could be so beautiful. It's very like just a very classic look, and this is actually Ralph Lauren. It's definitely a vintage tag, size 14, dry clean. It is a wool blend. I didn't want to pass that one up. Here's another grunt style shirt. This one is May the 4th be with you. So it's a Star Wars one, but just another kind of military themed. I usually list those at like 25. I don't remember if I mentioned it. Here's a graphic tee. This is Kiss. A band tee. I like grabbing these at these low prices. They sell pretty well. This is probably a men's large, but I might end up just listing it as like an oversized women's, because I think they just sell better in that category. But I'm going to do my research on both. I don't expect to, you know, this isn't vintage or anything. This probably sold at like Target. It says by Goody 2 sleeves. I haven't even looked that up. At 50 cents, it was worth me grabbing it. But I'll need to decide whether I'm going to list it as men's or list it as women's. I really slowed down on picking up Tommy Bahama, but I ended up grabbing this one. I liked the print kind of pattern to it. It is 100% silk, and it was only 50 cents. So with that, I decided it was worth picking it up. It is a men's size medium. Maybe I should let my husband try that one on too. He'll like that if it fits him. It might be a bit too big. This is one of the best categories I can think of for Talbots. Talbot size extra large, and it's a fun, lightweight floral print. It is great for the season. I had a J. Jill one like this that was floral. It was extra large. It was 100% lightweight cotton, just like this. And I remember thinking it was going to sell really quick, and it did. It sold super quick, so I'm hoping for the same outcome with that Talbot's shirt. I don't know if anyone is in the market for bright yellow pants, but I did decide to grab them at 50 cents. These are a pair of Chico's size 3. If they had been a smaller Chico size, I might have left them behind, but Chico size 3 tends to be my best selling Chico size. I think it's like an extra large. So we'll see if anyone needs yellow pants. I'll probably list those around 25 or so. Do have a couple formal wear items that I'll get to in just a second. All right, jackets were not included in the sale, but they were 50% off. So I grabbed this Columbia for $4. I loved the bomber style to this. Like, I don't know, it didn't look as traditional like Columbia hiking to me. It is a women's size large, and yeah, I don't know why I like this so much, but I think it's vintage bomber Columbia jacket. Yeah, I think that'll do pretty well. Super cute. I wish it would fit me. I've mentioned I like selling sports stuff, especially at like bins or less prices. I have no idea what this brand is, but this is West Virginia University, WVU, the Mountaineers, and it's a really pretty Sherpa. I mentioned before that Sherpa can get really matted, so just be careful when you're picking it up. But this is nice and fluffy. It was only $2.50 with the 50% off. We are moving into springtime, so keep in mind that is when high school students are picking their colleges, and they will, you know, a lot of athletes are doing signings. People are just wanting to buy the gear, and it's really expensive when you buy it from the college or university. So I think a lot of people go to the secondhand market looking to outfit themselves in their gear, or the parents are wanting to buy t-shirts and sweatshirts. So hopefully we'll start seeing an uptick in sports gear again. I tend to see it most in the fall because people are going to school, athletics are at their peak, and then I see more of it in the spring when people are getting ready, you know, to go to the school. All right, this is J. Jill size small, and it's just a really pretty blue open front cardigan. I feel like it should have a button, but it doesn't. I don't think it was meant to be. It's just open front, and I want to say it's just cotton. Yeah, 100% cotton, size small. I'll wear it to work, of course, and J. Jill has been doing pretty well for me. Between J. Jill, Tord, and Chico's, I have like phases where one tends to be selling than the other, and J. Jill for the past probably more than 6 months has been my top seller from those, and Talbot still continues to be a good seller for me. All right, this is so cute. I left quite a bit of Zara, but how cute is this like Everlast? It looks like one of those things, like a homemade project where somebody like cropped one shirt or like cut one shirt and 2 other shirts and like sewed them together. But it's a collab with Everlast. It's got Bronx, New York City. It's cropped, it's trendy, it's a size large. I think this will hit a few categories. This is the newer Zara tag up here, and I didn't know they had done a collab with Everlast. So honestly, when I'm shopping at 50 cent day, I'm not doing comps on a lot of things. I'm not saying that's the best strategy, but again, I'm a volume-based seller, so I know if I can make $10, $15, $20 of profit, I'm going to pick the item up, and I think I can for that, even just based on style. Now, of course, if there's new things, tags, or like the Zachary Prell, was it Pell? The pants that I picked up, the skirt I showed you, if I'm not familiar with it, I'll look it up and make sure it even sells. Like there is a sell-through rate. All right, moving into spring and summer. How cute is this? Is this a romper or a dress? This is a little romper, floral romper, very boho. I've sold these type of boho rompers from Angie quite a few times, although I'm seeing that, oh, here it is. It is a size large, which is great. I usually find like small and extra small in Angie. So size large, super cute. I'm only listing that for around 25 probably. Okay, this is one, honestly, that I still have not looked up. Naughty St. Michael's, made in Italy. Looks like it's good, looks like it's quality. I just knew that at 50 cents, this is a 100% linen coral tank top blouse. So this was, no matter the brand, it was something I was going to pick up. These always sell. I usually list them between 30 and 35. And then depending on what I find about this brand, I will maybe list it higher if it warrants it. If not, I'll just, you know, based on the content, the size, and the color, know that it's going to be at least listable at 30 or 35. Blue and Gray is a line within Loft that I have slowed down quite a bit on, but this is a size large. It's a nice slouchy sweatshirt. I've realized that Blue and Gray sells. I just need to be reasonable on my pricing. So as long as I am, I think this will sell. It is a nice lightweight knit. So again, good for transitional weather right now, because a lot of people, like I always talk about this. I work in offices that are super cold. So I'm still wearing probably all year long sweaters to the office. Okay, let me show you a couple quick things that I got for my kids. I just thought this was super cute. So this will be for my son for Halloween, a little Star Wars t-shirt. All of these were 50 cents, obviously. My daughter has school uniforms, so I found her a couple more skirts for next year. We found a blue one and the gray one. These are in great condition. And then how cute is this? This looks like one that I would love. These little flouncy tennis skirts. She can't wear that to school, but she'll just wear it to play. It's got little shorts underneath, which is great because she's always running wild and doing cartwheels and stuff. So she needs the shorts underneath. And then, oh, this is still in here. This is the one she picked for herself, which I thought was fun. It says, "I'm a girl. What's your superpower?" Which I love that message. And then my son, we found him a little set. I'll just grab them out. I'm not going to too much. Of little jammies for probably next year. I think they're size 4. He just turned 3, but they'll be good. Moving into, I think these are late night tour guide. I think those are glow in the dark. They'll be good as we move into the next cold weather season. Okay, let me show you a couple more jacket formal wear items. This is Chick Wish, which is an online boutique brand. I think I mentioned it in a thrift with me recently, or one that's coming, that I've purchased from Chic. Is it Chic Wish or Chick Wish? It's probably Chic, like Chic Wish. Chic Wish. I've purchased from them myself. This is a size extra small. It was $4 after the 50% sale. And I just thought this was, I don't even know if I'm doing it justice by holding it, but it is in such great condition, like a cream. It's got its waist belt, and I want to say it was a wool blend. Yeah, it's 60% wool. So at $4, these wool coats, I haven't comped that specifically, but I can't imagine it selling for less than like 30. I don't know what this fell off of something for $33.95. I don't know what tag that fell off with. Something apparently was originally sold for $33.95. Okay, so their formal wear, their like evening wear, was also 50% off. So this one I ended up getting for $6 instead of $12. And this is a cachet dress. So a little bit of a throwback here, vintage, but I mean, come on, let me show you this. How pretty. It's like a silver metallic gray. All the beading is still beautiful. This looks like it was worn maybe to prom like once. Prom is coming, so people are already getting their dresses. It's rouged all down the middle, and then it's got like a trumpet skirt to this. This is also something that I'll tag as like mother of the bride or bridesmaid or formal, prom, gala, black tie, evening, special occasion. I will put all of those keywords into it. The other good thing is, since this is a size 4, I should be able to model it for the photos, which is obviously very helpful because sometimes I usually can't find a stock photo because that's, you know, vintage, but sometimes it hangs really weird on a hanger and doesn't do it justice. But when I'm able to model it, I think it just hopefully should help it sell a little bit better. Okay, this one was interesting. It says Evoca Collection, Country Wicklow, Ireland, made in Ireland. Anytime I'm seeing knits that are made in Ireland, it certainly catches my attention. This is in beautiful condition. So it's a red blazer jacket. I paid $5 for this. Look at these buttons. Like, this is just quality. Assuming it's wool, 100% pure wool, and it had the matching skirt. So this is a suit set with the skirt. This just screams like old money to me, and I'll probably be listing that around $75. I'm not exactly sure, but I remember looking it up and thinking that it should hopefully sell for around $50. Okay, here is a brand that I think it's also vintage. I've picked it up once or twice at the bins. It's Alex Evenings. So I paid $6 for this as well. My thought on this one is it would also be a really good mother of the bridesmaid dress. Did I just say mother of the bridesmaid? That didn't make sense. Mother of the bride. But look at this color. I hope the camera is doing it justice. It's like a periwinkle, but it has like a shimmer blue on top of it. I just could not leave this behind. I fell in love with this color. So it's just like a straight tank dress, but it has the very traditional like mother of the bride jacket, right? Obviously this could be worn for like a formal gala or a charity event. It's got this beautiful closure right there. So I fell in love with it for $6. I think there's money to be made. I'm not sure what I'm listing it as. I had one or two other dresses that either had like a small stain or damage in some way that I didn't want to deal with, especially since I wasn't paying 50 cents for these. I mean, $6 for that is still a steal, but I had to be at least a touch more careful with it. Okay, moving on. I've got a couple things of hard goods, and when they posted on their Facebook that they were having the sale, and I remember seeing a couple Scentsy warmers, and I've always seen people selling them, but I've never picked them up myself. So I was like, oh, I wonder if I could find that, and I did. I found them. So here's one. Sure, why not? And thankfully, when I was checking out, they had on the store rack, they had put this, like the little thing on top of the box so you could actually see it when you were shopping. And I had forgotten to put it in the box. So this was still on the rack. She was like, did you get the item? And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think I did. Thank you so much. But so this is, it's got a bunch of like seashells. And then it goes into the plug in here, obviously, and you put your wax melt on the top. So these ended up being, they were being sold for $5 and then they were 50% off of that. So I'm like, you know, to try selling a Scentsy piece, I thought that was worth it. She packed it all up nicely for me because it's got the box, it's got all the pieces, it's got all the instructions. Why not? So I grabbed that one, and then I grabbed this one, and this one doesn't say, it says Bud. Grab that out of here really fast. And this one, the top looks like that. And it's got the same bottom piece, so the wax bar. I also have a bag of Scentsy melts upstairs that I had gotten from like our neighborhood free cycle, and I've been using some of them, but I have a couple that are still unopened. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab one for each of these and sell it with a pack of Scentsy melts, which I'm just hoping will set me apart a little bit from some of the other listings. So as I was shopping, someone came up to me and was like, were you the one that grabbed the Scentsy things? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh, I used to sell Scentsy for years, and I just wanted to give you this in case you wanted it. And she brought me this one, which is super cute. I need to see if my daughter is gonna want this. She's getting like a little bit out of the princessy phase, but this they only had marked at 75 cents, and it was gonna be 50% off of that. This one was one, I guess it's got a fan in it, and you put a different type of Scentsy thing. I don't know. Somebody let me know down in the comments. But so we're going to try all three of those probably online and see how those do. Okay, let's get into our last bag of clothing. Thank you so much for sticking with me throughout all of this. Here is one more Ralph Lauren piece. This is definitely an older tag too, but looks to be classic. How beautiful is this jewel colored purple? It's got some fuzzies on it. Lots of fuzzies, and the light is making them worse. It doesn't look that bad. I like these kind of puff sleeves with the long fitted cuff there. And it really is. You can see how it's catching the light. It's very regal. Purple was the color of like kings and queens of old, so that's still what I think of. Okay, LL Bean. This is vintage LL Bean. Vintage LL Bean is having a moment, I tell you. So this was pretty. I liked the stripes. It's also like these beige colors have been trendy for a while. So I'll do again like minimalist, capsule wardrobe basic, and like imagine this with a pair of like wide leg trousers, a cute like gold colored belt. Again, you could make that very like old money and look like $1,000. Ex Officio is like an insect repellent clothing brand. Like it helps keep bugs away. And I think I mentioned on a previous video, it was this brand. I listed it on eBay and I must have had the words insect repellent in the title, and it got taken down and removed from eBay because I thought I was selling like a hazardous material, like the actual insect repellent. So I'll be more careful when I list it on eBay. It ended up selling on Poshmark last time. I will try to list it on eBay. I'll just be careful how I'm titling it. But I think last time it ended up selling around $20. I had like a yellow one. So speaking of older Anthropologie tags, this is Vanessa Virginia. I have never sold this before. It's a size small and it's like a knit sweater with like this cowl neck. I liked the color. This was also in that group of small Anthropologie items that I picked up, so I grabbed that. I also grabbed this in the same rack. This is Sanctuary size extra small. It's a tie-dye. I even considered leaving this behind for 50 cents because Sanctuary has been so hit or miss, mostly miss for me recently, but this was 100% linen, which is what made me decide to get it, and who knows, maybe I'll try it on and end up keeping it or wearing it first. Next, I loved this find because this is a great size for J-Gel. It's also the newer J-Gel tag. J-Gel large. It is a size petite, but it's a nice kind of slouchy blazer jacket. These slouchy blazer jackets do really well in lots of brands. Like J. Crew's really famous for a couple of them. So we'll get that listed again, probably between like 35 and 40. Oh, here's my receipt. I wonder what I paid for that one blazer. Okay, I did think that I didn't pay 50% off of 16 because that was pretty high. The other tag must have fallen off of it. I paid $5 for that that suede blazer. So in total, for everything you're seeing, my total was only $77.51. You can see here all of the 50-cent items, which is just crazy. So when I do my cost of goods, I will, anything that was 50 cents, I'll put it into my cost of goods as 50 cents. And then all the items, I will just average my cost of goods like I normally do. Okay, here's the other cloth and stone, at least one of the items, size extra small. Super nice little blouse. I just sold a dress in this exact same material and it sold super quickly. All right, this was a great one. At first I saw it and I was like, oh, please be vintage Patagonia, please be vintage Patagonia, please be. And it's not. But it is interesting because it is vintage Obermeyer, who is a Patagonia, competition, and made in the USA. This is the Ladies Montana medium. So I have not comped this. It needs a wash and a lint roll, but I think this is going to do pretty well. Look how cool that is. Obermeyer, if you're not familiar with it, is like a ski snowboarding type brand and historically does super, super, super well for me. But I've never found anything like this that's like a vintage fleece. So I was pretty excited. That was also on that rack. That might have came from the same person as the like Anthropologie person because it was all on that rack of donations they had just gotten in. And here is the last cloth and stone Anthropologie. Size extra small. Definitely needs a steam. So I'll take a look at those. Not sure what from those three I'm going to keep or not, but whichever ones I don't, or all three, I will end up probably bundling them together. Here is probably the find of the day. I was so excited because dun 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 dun, there is St. John, and it's got all the right things. It is a size 12 and it is their Santana knit. So their Santana knit is a very specific type of fabric. Once you see it, you'll know it. You can recognize it. How beautiful is this? It's got what I'm assuming is leather trim. Let's look at the material. I don't think they would put, oh, it's also, yeah, it's the wool rayon blend, which is their Santana knit, and then it's got 100% leather as the trim. Leather clean only. And guys, even if it hadn't been 50-cent days, this was only $4. I mean, come on, I love this store so much. I just can't shop at it very often. So really, really beautiful. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to get that one listed. It might not be the right season, but I still think it will sell. All right, we've got a few more things to finish up here. Okay, here are the other two golf polos. So remember, I have this one that I showed you that is Lady Hagen, and then I have, it's a size small, right? No, that's a size extra small. I have this one, which is Lady Hagen size small, and is just another orange golf sleeveless polo. And then I have a Callaway, which is a size small golf polos. So tell me what you would do down in the comments, please. Would you list the Lady Hagen ones together because they're the same brand, even though one's an extra small and a small? Would you list the two smalls together because they're the same size, but one's Callaway and one's Lady Hagen? Would you list all three together? Or would you list them all separately? Please tell me what to do with my women's golf polos, because I'm not sure yet. Okay, here, I love this color. Look how beautiful. This is definitely fall, wintry. It's like a berry almost. Like a maroon, red, purple. It's definitely vintage winter silks, but it is 100% silk. So picked it up. I will probably list this for like $35. I expect that it will sell around $25. The vintage button downs that are either 100% silk or 100% linen, I basically always pick up when I'm getting them cheap, and they always sell. They just always do. Here's another great find. Hopefully you know and recognize that symbol. That is cool. Men's size large, great condition. It's just a short sleeve button down. You know, I'll put hiking, camping, climbing, outdoors, all the things. But I think this is linen too. It feels like it. 55% linen, 45% cotton. So lots of good things that I really need to get listed. Guys, I haven't even listed my swap meet haul yet. I know. I have been working really hard. I've been listing consistently. My sales have been great. I just have a lot of stuff right now. And this next swap meet is coming up. The spring swap meet. I'm going to be shopping before I know it, so I really need to get working on stuff. Okay, BKE denim is kind of a Bolo brand. It is vintage at this point. And this is the Tyler Straight. I like the contrast stitching. These BKE, especially the men's jeans, have done really well for me. Anything buckle, vintage, kind of up there with, doesn't sell quite as well. But what are the other ones? Salvage jeans, and what am I thinking of? Am I thinking of Rock Revival? Probably. I would say they're not quite up there with like Rock Revival and Miss Me, but they're still pretty good. All right, last bundle here before we finish, and then I got to get to work on all of these. I hope you're working. Let me know what you're doing. Are you photographing? Are you listing? Are you just watching? That's okay too. Okay, one more Anthropologie thing. This is a Kemi and Kin Anthropologie. This is a size medium, like an oversized tunic. Very login look, very boho, and yeah, this feels like linen also. Lots of linen, which is great for this time of year. No, this is 100% cotton. But Kemi and Kin usually does pretty well for me. And I don't think we're ending with like a super thrilling, exciting note here. But we've got some more Jade Jill. This is the Wherever collection, meaning you can like travel with it forever and it's more travel friendly. So I always use words like wrinkle resistant, wrinkle free, travel friendly when I'm listing these. But it is a medium, just a nice slouchy. This is definitely a long line cardigan sweater. It's got front patch pockets, very soft. Probably list that at $35. And then last but not least, we have another vintage LL Bean. This is just a classic cable knit cardigan sweater. Cable knit is a tried and true. It never really goes out of style. So I'll use keywords like preppy and academia and stuff, but then I'll also use all the like gorpcore, hiking, camping, climbing keywords. All the ones I've been saying I was doing hiking, camping, climbing, I will also use gorpcore, and when they're women's, I will still use the term granola girl. I don't think that's trending as much as it was a couple seasons ago, but I'm still putting it in there. So this is 100% cotton, made in Hong Kong. So there you have it, guys. That is my entire haul. I'm looking around to make sure I didn't miss any bags because I had a lot of stuff and then I like condensed it down to a couple bags. Let me know in this haul, is there anything even for 50 cents you probably would have left behind? Because it's hard to be selective when everything is 50 cents. It's kind of like my swap meets when everything is free. It's difficult to be selective. I am working on it, but I'm really happy with the things I got. I think I'm going to do well on them, and I definitely need to get to work. So that is it for today. Thank you again for hanging out with me while I go through my haul. It's always fun to get to share this stuff with you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, give the video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye!